Hello and welcome to another episode of Unboxing Women, where we explore why women in business are often called such a bitch. My name is Rexx, and with me is my friend Maika Rose. We are both independent recording artists and singer-songwriters based in Europe. You can listen to us on our YouTube channel and on your favorite podcast platform. With us today is Yvonne Hartmann, who is a graphic designer, photographer, and all-round art and design professional who works closely with musicians and artists in the music industry. Yvonne, welcome to the show.
Hey, Dana. Hi, Maika. Thank you for inviting me.
You're very welcome. To start us off, we would love for you to introduce yourself to our viewers and listeners to give them an idea of what your services are all about.
Okay, so hi everyone, I'm Yvonne. I'm a Berlin-based graphic designer, photographer and art director. And I have been working in the music industry for almost 10 years now. I started at Native Instruments, big music tech company, as a graphic designer, and I also did photography for them for like 7 years. I was there. And then last year, beginning of 2020, I actually developed my own freelance business and jumped fully into the freelance business. And now I'm working with artists and labels and other figures in the music industry and helping them craft their visual identity and release campaigns.
Wow, that's quite a thing. It's really scary becoming freelance. So that's...
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
And you only just started your own business last year, already several months into the COVID pandemic, isn't that right?
Well, I started, beginning of 2020. It was like,
just before.
By the time when it just started.
Oh, God. And what was the impact of COVID on your startup or any decision making around that?
Actually, at the beginning, I was quite concerned because, my photography services, one of the focuses is on live photography. So I do a lot of concert and festival photography, and I had several gigs, planned for like around June, July, that I was booked for. So that got cancelled, obviously. And so that was a bit scary at the beginning because it was at the beginning it was for me the basis of the first months to start off on my freelance business. But then suddenly I noticed after a while that a lot of artists actually used this time of the pandemic that they couldn't go on tour or couldn't give concerts. They used the time to create more music, as well as think about their branding or rebranding. So a lot of artists stepped back and had a look at their overall brand, if they already had it, or if not, planning on creating their brand. So I got a lot of requests for logo designs, corporate designs, album artworks, whole campaigns, lyric videos. So in the end, for me, it was not as bad as I would have thought at the beginning.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Yeah.
Maika and I know you from the work you did on the lyric videos that No Soy Yo released. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Which we really enjoyed. So for the people who want to check that out, we had Donata from No Soy Yo on our show in episode 11. We'll put the link in the show notes.
Yeah. No, it was really great. I really enjoyed that video. And
Thank you.
I think it's really interesting, especially, I don't know how this was meant by you, but you probably had a whole list of, this is how I want it to look. But I think it was really great how it accented the lyrics in a different way.
Which one are you referring to? Because I did two
Attitude?
for them. Attitude, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an experiment, actually.
Well, it worked.
It worked. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we were commenting in the episode about the she sings one word, she keeps it very long. I don't remember the word, but it's like as if you're going attitude, and you do the letters with it. It's really great. I love that lyric
It
video.
was silence, probably.
Silence,
The
yes.
silence, yeah.
That's the word.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, it was
really
great.
fun. Because actually I just got into animation and video last year. So I used the first lockdown we had in Germany to dive into video and animation and do a bit of education and like expand my skills. And that one was one of the first projects I did with animation. So it was really exciting and fun.
Yeah, it's amazing. Congratulations on that work. It's really good.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, how did you get into graphic designing and all of these things, and why did you gravitate towards the music industry?
So that's actually a long story with graphic
sorry.
design. I actually after graduating from high school, I already wanted to go into that direction, but for some reason it didn't happen. So I studied international business with a focus on marketing. Because I still thought, okay, I want to go somewhere creative, and I thought like marketing, okay, that at least it's the direction. And then I moved to Spain for 5 years. I worked in marketing there, and then I got the chance to make a master's in graphic design, which I did, and it was a really good school, design school. I learned so much in very short time, and I had I was lucky enough to be able to work directly in graphic design in the company I worked for, because they gave me the opportunity to have like a hybrid job position, like doing marketing and also supporting the design team, because we were at the end we were all one team, but that was really helpful. So I directly jumped into practice.
Oh, that's really cool.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And then I came back to Germany in 2011, directly to Berlin, and I started. Actually, I didn't directly start in design again in Berlin, because most of my experience was in marketing, so it was easier for me to get a job in marketing. And but then after a year, I had the chance to get this job at Native Instruments, and it worked out. And that's how I entered the music industry, actually.
Right.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's so cool.
What about, I was wondering about, because we had a conversation a couple of months ago, and you were talking about that there was an imbalance in class, a gender imbalance. So did you feel, were you the only woman in the class, or were there others? How did that work? Is it still male dominated?
You mean in the graphic design class?
In the graphic design class, yeah.
Did I say that? I can't actually. I was wondering before how the balance was, but maybe there were more guys in the class.
Well, I don't know. I remember us talking about something like that, so I wanted to ask you about it.
Right now I can't really tell.
You don't remember? Okay,
It's been a while or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's
it wasn't as obvious then. That's
exactly.
A good sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
I really would have to go through all the names now and
maybe it's because there were an equal amount of women and men, which is great.
Yeah, that would be perfect. Yeah.
I mean, it's for me, when I studied music, I can remember specifically we were only 36 people in the course, and 13 of those were singers, and 3 of those singers were guys. Or was it 4? 1, 2.
Oh yeah,
3.
the other way around. Okay.
is it 3 or 4? So but only of the singers. All the other people in the course were guys. So there were no female bassists, drummers, or guitarists. It was better in the second year, but that's why it's branded in my mind. It's just like I know, because I realized I was just like, we're just like 9 girls or 10 girls or whatever we were in the beginning. So it was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was wondering, if you had any clashes with men that you can tell us about. Obviously, we have the hashtag such a bitch. So were you ever called a bitch at one point is what we want to know.
I have to say I've never been called a bitch face to face.
Okay.
I'm not aware of being called so behind my back, but obviously I can't be 100% sure. But no one ever told me, but I have been treated with disrespect at work. I remember while I was living in Spain and I worked for in the marketing department of a real estate company at the beginning. So I just graduated from university, went to live in Spain. I didn't really speak the language well yet, and I started working in this marketing department. And the CEO was like I don't know, he was a maniac. He would scream at people and insult them in meetings. Smash his fist on the table, and he got really angry. So you could literally hear him screaming like over the whole floor, and everyone was super scared to enter the meetings. And I can't really remember if that was mainly with women or if it was with everyone. It's so long ago, but so in another company the same would happen, but the CEO would just do that behind your back. So it's also not really nice. And I think like being called a bitch is disrespectful, but also being treated with disrespect is like almost like being called a bitch. I don't know.
Yes.
Yes. Right.
It's the work environment, isn't it? It's creating a work environment that feels toxic or a little bit like it's pressing you down. And
what about now? I mean, now obviously you're your own boss, but are there, in the other jobs, did you feel, that it was very male dominated? And, I've always felt that as a woman, I kind of always had to fight and do more to earn my place. Is that something that you felt as well?
I think like male dominated, yes, of course, still in a lot of places, like especially the senior management positions. Right. I think I had moments where I felt like I wasn't taken seriously, or people didn't respect my expertise or my knowledge about what I do. That they know things better, but that is changing, because I figured out I also have to change my own attitude towards present myself in a different way, be more self-confident. And I think that's what a lot of women still lacking. They have to be more confident about their skills, and they have to know how to value their work. And I think a lot of women, still miss that. I'm not saying it's the women's fault, don't get me wrong, but it's also the history we have, right? But
yes. No, I get what you're saying.
I completely agree. Yes, it is a lot about actually learning to have that confidence in yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Trust that you know what you're saying too. But on the other hand, you shouldn't have to feel that you need to change to actually say, hey, I do have that expertise. So it's a two-edged sword.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, true. Yeah, they should have that respect or see that, since the beginning. But
that's why you're in that job.
It kind of sounds a little bit like, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but it sounds a little bit like you had to be a little bit more assertive, a little bit more frank and confident, which is exactly what a man would do. So it's adjusting how females are in the workspace to how males are in the workspace.
Yeah, maybe it was. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. Maybe it was also just me, like my personality, that I was. I used to be like more shy, maybe, or more introverted, and then I also learned to be more confident. And
it's a learning
that's
curve.
A hard journey.
It is. That's basically what we talk about here. Always, it's always, like I said, it's a double-edged sword. You have that expertise. You're in that job. Then why are they kind of taking you for granted? I don't really understand that. You were hired because you know what you're talking about, so you're there and you're doing your job well. But when you say something, it's like, oh no, we know it better. I don't get that.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, you're obviously doing your job very well. You've been a successful freelancer for the past year.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I showed you.
Yeah. You did.
Yeah.
And what about photography? In your well, obviously there's not a lot of photography for concerts or anything now, but do you have the same feeling? Is that also, kind of, do you need to elbow your way through the men to get those gigs, or how does that work?
Not so much. Because photography, I've done it at Native Instruments, but I was one of the in-house photographers. There was one other who was female as well, so that was quite balanced. But
and what do they do exactly? Sorry, what do you take photographs of when you're working at Native Instruments? Is it?
Well, I took a lot of photos for their blog, for example, like for editorial content, or as well like mood shots for product releases that we used for marketing purposes. Yeah,
I see. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool. It sounds like, not everything in life has to be a struggle, right? So
yeah, that's true. I mean, sometimes you're lucky too.
Sometimes you're lucky. No, but I think you've had some very successful jobs, because to just even decide that you want to do this on your own, and start your own business means that you were successful at doing it already. So kudos to you.
Why did you decide to start on your own, and what was kind of the starting point of that?
To make more money.
So I stopped working at Native Instruments because there was this massive layoff of a lot of colleagues late 2019, was it? Yeah. So at that point, I was like, okay, what now? I would really want to try to work on my own, and now is the moment to do so. And at that point, I was, I didn't feel the motivation and I didn't feel motivated to work for a big company again soon. So I just wanted to try out, new things. And I have been working on some freelance projects while I was employed at Native Instruments. So like in my free time, I did some projects for artists. And I really like this feeling of having different in and creative in and outputs. So doing different things, because if you work in a big company, at the end, the workflow is the same all the time, and what you do is more or less the same. But I really liked these creative inputs and outputs on different levels, like photography, graphic design, doing like now with animation. So that really was for me like a new world, entering like a new world, and I really wanted to try more of that world and see how it goes. And so far I'm really happy I took this decision.
Yeah,
that's great.
You're doing great.
No, it's awesome, because it's when you're working with artists, how do you pick artists to work with? Are you like, do you decline artists because they don't have the same kind of ethics as you do, or have you not crossed that kind of, has it not come to that yet? Or
no, luckily until now I've worked with like really great people, like on the artist level and on a personal level, really beautiful people. And the projects were so much fun. I also had really great experience working with men, like with male artists, who really respected my work and had a lot of trust in my work, and really like told me, okay, do that. I trust you. Let's do it. So I haven't rejected any artists yet for like personal political reasons or whatever, because there was no issue on that level. I have canceled a project recently because that was about it was a logo design, corporate design, and we've been working on it for quite a long time, but I had to cancel it because this artist was not yet in the moment of deciding on a logo, because there was still work to do on like a definition base, like brand definition. How do, like, with what message do I want to send out? What do I want with this logo? How do I want to be represented, or how do I want my music to be represented? So it was really difficult. It came to a stage where it was really difficult to just find a direction that fits to
they need to know what they want first.
Exactly. And we were but that's fine. I mean, you just have to do some exercise before, and then you can pick up again, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, I guess that means your marketing is working. I mean, I would hope so from somebody who studied marketing, but you're finding all the people who are right for you, and that's amazing. And that's what we all want. So so far I'm really happy. So Yvonne, you are working on Musico Women as well. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Musico Women is a community that we built. Well, I actually joined my co-founders Donata and Flo. They are the founders of Musico Women. It started the end of 2019 with some networking meetings that we had here in Berlin, and it was it's a community to like foster an honest exchange about the women in the music business. It's so our goal is to create a safe space for women working in music, not just artists, but all kind of professions. And we our concept is like the exchange of information, being transparent, and provide like educational events and networking events. And we kind of like, we always say we want to create like this living room where everyone can ask the questions they want to, where, like we co-work together, or just create a safe space for women. And I joined last year as a co-founder, and we had our relaunch 2 weeks ago, which was had very good feedback. And we have a Patreon page where you can check what we offer on a monthly basis. That's basically
awesome. Are you continuing to do this throughout the pandemic? So how does that look?
So we at the moment it's all online. So we offer we have monthly topics that we dive into. So it's all topics that are interesting for everyone working in the music industry. And we started off with branding this month. We will have branding for over 2 months, so because it's a very large topic. And we offer 1 to 2 webinars a month, as well as Q&A sessions with experts in the different fields of branding. Just share information on our channels. We have a Discord server that is invite only, so it's really private place. That's how we started now. So it's online now, but we are planning on having physical meetings in Berlin again as soon as that's possible, because it's different if you meet face to face with people.
It is.
It's always more personal level.
Is it only in German? Is it also going to be in English?
It's all English, actually.
Cool.
All webinars and Q&As are in, everything is in English. Because we also have members that don't speak German, or the German is not yet so well. So all in English.
Cool.
Amazing. No, that sounds really cool. Like you're really creating a community, and that's always a fun space to be in.
Yes.
And where can we find Musico Women?
So we have our website, which is musicowomen.com, and the Patreon page is patreon.com/musicowomen, and there you find all the information about the program, the concept, and also like how you become a member. And then we have a Facebook group as well, it's Musico Women as well, where we also exchange information. You can ask questions, or if you need someone to, do a video, or if you need a photographer, or if you just want to collaborate with other artists, it's a good place as well to check.
Cool. Very cool. Yeah, we'll put all that in the show notes as well.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, Yvonne, where can we find you? Where can we find your graphic design and your photography?
You can check out my portfolio on yvonnehartmann.com. You find a selection of the projects I've worked on. And then you can get in contact via email on contact@yvonnehartmann.com and tell me about your project. And I'm looking forward to hearing from you.
All right. Well, that's great. We'll put that in the show notes so that everybody can find you.
All right. Well, I guess that's all for today then. So thank you for tuning into Unboxing Women. Be sure to connect with us on our socials, which you can find in the show notes. Send us a DM or let us know your personal experiences with the hashtag #SuchABitch. Today's guest has been Yvonne. Thank you again for coming on the show. It was really great to have you.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yes.
That was great.
You loved it. You'll find the links to Yvonne in the show notes, so be sure to check them out. Also the links to our episode with Donata, where you can see a little bit of the music video. And don't forget to support your favorite artist throughout this time. And so my name is Maika Rose. I've been chatting with Rexx and Yvonne Hartmann. This is a bi-weekly show, and we will be back for you all in 2 weeks' time, same place. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.